Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Sunday Nights Live. For those of you who may not know, my name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Demonstrator in Papakura, Auckland, New Zealand, and this is a pop-up card in a box. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Heidi. I think that's Heidi. And Angela, hi. I'm just trying to get my computer to catch up with my There we go. Thank you. Hi, Andrea. Thanks, Lisa. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a bit hard to show it because obviously, but yeah, it's quite an effective looking card and actually a little bit adaptable for what for what you're making. So I'm just seeing that I'm a bit far forward, so I'm going to move. Hey Heidi, good evening. Mary, how are you? Oh, Mary, are you coming tomorrow night? I was meant to email you earlier, but got waylaid. So that's what we're going to be making tonight, and I've brought in yeah, I know, I'm so stoked that little cute thing, Andrea, is carrying over to the new catalogue. I actually, sadly, and I don't know if I'm going to be able, I don't know if I can show you, but I might flip the camera around and show you, but when I went through all of my stamp sets, awesome, looking forward to seeing you, Mary. When I went through all my stamp sets, I don't have very many left now, and most of the ones that I do have left from the current catalogue, the mini catalogue. So let me turn you around so that I can use the camera thingy. So, sorry, over here, yeah, let me see if I can point to it. These ones are my stamps, and that was full. And then these ones, I have to do the right brain thing. So this top half are my dies, and these empty cases here were all full of dies, and they were all retired. So I don't have very much left to play with at the moment until I get my new stuff. So yes, I'm loving the Ladybird a bit. It's I think it's so cute. I didn't have time to muck around with it and make it a bee close to the flowers, but and I have unfortunately used a couple of retired leaf punches, but there is a nice new one in the catalogue coming out. I've just realised that I don't have this light on, which will make things a little bit brighter. Okay, so starting off with a piece of cardstock that is basically A5 landscape, and then some other bits and pieces which are to decorate. Now all of these, you could I've got designer series paper on all of them, and then it fits in a standard envelope. I've got designer series paper here, and then on the flaps that come down you could have designer series paper so that it goes all the way up if you wanted to, so that when it's closed you have the designer series paper, but you also could use card and stamp it, or just leave it and just stamp, decorate your box like that. So 3 pieces of DSP, they are almost the same size. So we've got the 3 bigger pieces are, let me just have a look, 1 3/4 wide because it's 2 inches the card, and then these 3 are 2 3/4 long, and these 3 are the same width, but they are 2 1/2 long. Oh, thank you for letting me know, Sue. I'm glad it came. It took ages. When did I send it? Oh no, this is about right, I suppose. Yeah, sorry it's taken so long to get that to you. So there's 3 of each size. You could do 4 and have 1 here and 1 at the top here, or inside it you could put another piece. I've opted to have two pieces that go, one piece that goes inside, and I've kept it the full length, which just kind of gives it a bit more stability, and then the same as the inside. So those two pieces are 1 3/4 wide by 5.5 long. Okay, so they just give you that even matting, the same as the ones all around it. And then we've got a couple of extra pieces, which are our struts. Now you can see that I've actually only used one. I was mucking around with it and didn't like it. So it depends what you're putting inside there. You could put, you could put fish in there, you could put birds in there, you could put in flowers, make a big flower garden. You could do all sorts with it. So, and then it stands up nicely like so. And then to send it, you just close it like that and it fits into your envelope. Alright, so hopefully not too stressful for people to be watching, be making. Hello, Alison. That just made me think of you, actually. So I had missed you coming on. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is our piece of paper. We're going to bring our piece of cardstock, sorry. I'm using Fresh Freesia, and I've used the paper that comes from, can't remember the name of the pack. It's one of the new in the mini catalogue. So the wood grain is one side, and then the pattern on the other. Are you laughing because the tricky bit was made me think of you, Alison? The left brain thing made me think of you when I was trying to show everyone my stamps. Was okay. So we're going to bring this in. Now this is not exactly 6 inches. You could make it exactly 6 inches, because that little tiny little bit there is not gonna, it shouldn't affect the way that it fits into your envelope, but I've just left it so you get two out of one, get two cards out of one piece of cardstock. So you can obviously modify this to make it whatever size you want. Okay, so popping it in landscape in the trimmer, so the short side is against, your comment made me think of you too. So popping it in at 3. So this means this side is going to be 3 inches and this side is going to be 2 7/8. So it's slightly smaller. It's going to, but if you wanted to, you could work out, I think it might be like 2 15/16, and you might get them equal. It's close enough, but it is going to make a difference when you pop these on. So one of them is going to be taller than the other, so you've got that like that. Okay, so we're going to pop this in. So on the 3-inch side, we're going to pop it in so that the 3 inches is closest to the side of our trimmer. Alright, because we want to do some scoring and then we want to come back and trim those marks or cut those marks. So we'll do that first. So we're going to pop this in. Our first mark is 2 inches, so actually pretty easy the whole way. 2 inches. It's done in 2-inch increments. So 2 inches. Remember, this is our 3-inch one. 4 inches. Actually, I've done it the wrong way, but that's right, it'll still work. 6 inches. So 2, 4, 6, and 8 is our last one. I had in my head 10, and that's wrong because that was for the other card that we're making on Wednesday. Got myself super organised this weekend, and yesterday made both these cards ready to go. I've scheduled the post. Oh my gosh, I don't know who I am. So organised. Alright, so what we're going to do is we want to leave the 3-inch side as our base. Okay, so knowing that we've got our 3-inch side here, we're going to move our trimmer blade up to the 3 inches, and then we're going to go back into those scoring increments that we had. So if we have, so I've got it at 2 inches here, nice and straight against there. If you pop that down Sorry, I don't want to get my head in it. So that should be on 3 inches, and then just cut to the end. Alright? And so this is slightly shorter. If you want to keep checking, you cut your designer series paper. I must have cut that too short. So that one there, and then this one here. Okay? So it has an even border around it. So we go to 2, then we go to 4. We bring our blade back to 3 inches. You can kind of see it lining up with your score line from the center out 6 inches. Now if you have one of our trimmers, I always thought that the 6 inch was actually just past the bar, but if you have a look, there's a little tiny triangle, and that is the 6 inches. Okay, so lifting our bar back up, pop it onto 3, bring it out to us, and then what we're going to do is this little tab here. So the 8 inch mark gave you a 1/2 inch, which is going to stick your box part together. So we're going to just do the same thing. Yeah, we're going to do the same thing there. Okay, so this is what you've got, and we're just going to snip that. Put this out of the way. Our snips, and we're just going to follow that score line there and snip that little piece off. You could use this as one of your little pieces. You thought this. Yeah, we've all got to know each other quite well, ladies. Know what we're thinking, or who would be thinking that. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to burnish my score marks, score lines. Just checking the comments while I'm doing this, ladies. How's everyone doing? Has it been lovely weather? It's been really hot here. So hot that my husband decided it's cold and he's shut all the windows and all the doors. Alright, so you're going to make sure that you've got that tab there that hooks over. Now we want to keep this one on the opposite end to the tab. So we've got our tab here that's going to fold around, and I like to make that join in the back. So we want to keep this back piece straight. So we're only going to be folding the other 3. So if you start where your tab is and fold down there, and fold there, and then leave that one straight. Alright, so you end up with 3 and then a nice straight one in the back, which will be a bit of a support. So that's what we get to start with. Then we're going to flip this over, and I'm going to use tape. I am impressed, Alison. You've done quite a few little tidies of your room though. Are you loving it? Because you've got that bed out and you've got a desk and stuff in there, and now you've organised it. My gosh, I am impressed. I hope it means that you've found stuff that you want to use. Alright, so I'm going to start with designer series paper, and I'm going to start with the pieces at the bottom. So I don't want to use the back piece, which is where my flap is going to be. No, it's not. My flap is that side. So I do want to use that piece. So the 3 next to the flap. I think I said that before, didn't I? Get distracted. Oh, is it nice there, Heidi? I've heard that it's really good, but we've never been to the Hamilton Zoo. It's kind of like people outside of Auckland. I forget. Then there's places on the other side of the Bombays. Alright, so going with the wood grain at the bottom. It's quite nice to have like a grey. Put things down rather than away. Yeah, I get that. I think sometimes, like, because I have to share my desk, my crafting desk, with the computer and with everyone else using it, kind of have limited space, so I kind of have to put it away, otherwise someone comes along and plays with it. Alright, now I just have got that there, and I want to put my designer series paper in the inside flaps, so I'm going to flip it over so that way I know I'm using the same side. Alright, if you want to, does it really matter which way that goes? No, I don't think it does. If you want to put your designer series paper on or your decorator on after you've put it together, then that's totally fine. I just want to make sure that it helps me to kind of keep the orientation of what needs to be where. Flowers from Home, I think this is. Just suddenly had a thought that I think that's what it is. It would be a very hot day at any zoo, to be honest. It would be. 30-second roll. Ah, yeah. If you've got yourself well organised though, and you've got baskets and you pull baskets out and then you put it away, I think you tend to put things away a little bit more. Okay, so we're now going to decorate. Now, don't put this on like I did. I waited until the very end, and then I was like, oh, I wanted to stamp that. So don't do that, because it's actually rather tricky getting these stamps into that little gap, or actually rather getting the block into that little gap to finish decorating. Alright, so I did want to save some time, and I've pre-cut my little bits there, but I will show you what I did, especially with my flowers. So I'm going with a similar kind of tone. Could actually go with green, I suppose. And I'm going to pop this towards the top. Out of the way. And then I want to just soften the edges. Used to be a big fan of sponging and haven't quite got to it with the brushes so much, so thought I'd give it a go just now. I pulled it out because I actually use the sponges to colour my flowers instead of stamping them. Oh no, I want that. And then I just use these 3 little flowers. Now all of these are out of the Ladybird set. And I'm just going to stamp off. I'm just kind of decorating, creating, go a bit lighter there. There. Down. So that just kind of gives a little bit of texture to the back. So this is on the inside. So I'm going to pop that here. So this piece is going to go here, because when my card is open, these pieces are going to be, so this is how it helps me kind of line stuff up. So I do need to put that together first, and then I can stick that on. But I started sticking that on after I put my flowers on, so that wasn't such a smart thing. So I've got double-sided tape here. You could use the, what do you call it, Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use the Tombow glue. I'm being a little bit impatient tonight, and I don't want to wait for it to dry. So I'm going to pop it together. Remember, this DSP is on the outside, so I'm going to bring that in. I find the easiest way to do that is kind of bring it in together to meet in the middle. Then you can make sure it's lined up at the bottom, and just press that down. Okay, so then we pop this over the top, and that will help to hide our join. So I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue for that. We're going for time. This one is taking a bit longer. So multi-purpose glue, pop that in there. No one can see down the end, so line that up how you want it there, and then pinch it at the bottom, and then just close your card and then just press it down so that it starts to bond. Alright, so you want to make sure that that's really nicely bonded before you start playing around with your card and moving it about. So on the back here I've put a piece, and I've actually left it blank because this is where you could do your message. If you've got a very big message, you could put white pieces, or on each of those flaps, and it'd be like a little merry-go-round where they have to read all around the card to get your message. So again, just a piece of Tombow, or multi-purpose glue, call it Tombow, and place that on the back and nicely lined up. And again, hi Sandra, it's no problem. No problem. Okay, so that is essentially our card in a box. Alright, so when we close it up, it looks like that. So now for our... what happened there? Oh, you got stuck there. So what we need to do is we need to make our braces. I couldn't think of... Hey, Philippa! I couldn't think of what to call these when I was doing it last night. I thought of struts, and that really wasn't probably the best word. But I have got, I've only got one in mind, but really two would be really good. But I was kind of getting a bit distracted doing lots of other things, and thought if I do that, if I take too long, then no one's going to want to watch along. Bags and paper. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Sandra. Okay, so what we're going to do is I have, these strips are 1/4 of an inch wide, and they're 3 inches long, and I've just I've just scored at 1/2 inch on each side so that you've got a little brace that can go on the side of your cards. And then we'll just pop some, that one has, pop some, again, you can use glue. I've got a little bit of designer's double-sided tape there, and then I've got my little wings for my ladybird. I've got my flowers. I've got some leaves punched, and I've got my little ladybird here. So I did think that I might put a double layer of wings on, so that it looks like she's flying. So I'll pop those on. She's going to go on the front with, now this is, I just used some white cards, so if you don't have the colour card that you need, or you want to have a different variation of it, I actually did it on a big piece and then cut it out. But what I did do with the other one, with these ones, just to get a different tone, so I've got, that's the same colour, just got my brush and some ink and just kind of went over the top of it. And you can accent the middle, so you can get like different, see that one's quite light, and then you could kind of just go over the top. And it's the same as what I did with the wings, so this one here you'll see is a lot lighter than this one, just because of where I cut it from in the paper. So let's put a couple together. So I'm going to pop some greenery in. Hi Maureen! Oh, 13 lovelies on tonight. Thank you ladies for joining us. So lovely having someone to talk to instead of just feeling like I might be talking to myself. So thank you, those ladies have popped on. Alright, I'm going to pop those in there. Let that dry a minute. Where's my other one? I need a drink of water. Maureen, are you going to Helen's retreat? I'm looking forward to catching up with you ladies again. It was really fun last year. Just booked my tickets to go down. Alrighty, one more there maybe. We'll look a bit up, straight up and down, but that's okay. It is what it is. And then I'm just going to pop this. And pop my flower in that leaf. There. And maybe let's put another one. No, let's save it just a minute. Pop another one. When you're putting your things on, when you're putting your decorations together, do think about, you don't want them hanging over the side too much, because they might, now you can have your braces in there first, or and then decorate them, or I've used cardstock. You can also use window sheet or acetate. So, they will. The only thing with using glue is that it's taking a while to dry. So I'm going to pop that in towards the back and just get it flush with the top of my card. So I'll move that. Hopefully you can see that. So it kind of just pinches in there, and then I'll just let that all dry. And then I'll move this one in. The idea is that you want to get a couple of different heights in it as well. So what I'll do is I'll pop these in, and then I'll put another flower in on top, but I just want to make sure that I've got space to do that. Like that. So there, so I could pop another one here, which is what I initially was thinking about, but don't know if it'll work. Yes, you can, Sandra, that's right. So you could make little strips of acetate and then pop them onto your bracing as well to make them a bit taller. That would look really cool. So it's just a matter of fluffing about with that, which is why I said yesterday that, or just before that, when I was doing it yesterday, I decided that I needed to kind of just stop, because I was just going, oh, I could add this. Oh, I could do this. Oh, I could do this. That's where the ladybirds came out, because initially I was just doing flowers. And I was like, it needs something else. And the glue is getting low. So I'm just popping a little bit of glue in there that is going to then get those two, and then they will sit a little bit curved up. I know, and it's so cool, Trace. It's in the next catalogue. I was wondering how many might want to do a class with just the ladybug, and get the set. It's quite a cool. It's cute as, and you can use it for so many. I think we talked about it. I used it last week, didn't I? That's why everyone's saying got a little bit. Yes, I do remember that now. Yeah, I was planning some classes and thought Ladybug would be a cool class, and because it already comes in a bundle. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Philippa. They look super cute with some, that's what it was. I used gold last week, didn't I? They look super cute with lots of colours, and then ones with stripes on them. But you can make it into a bee by using striped. Oh, there we go. It's all coming out now. By using striped paper, turn it into a bee. The wings together, put all together, make a flower or a butterfly. So it's quite, I think it's quite a versatile set actually. I might just pop that one in there. Is it going to stay? And then put the third one down the bottom. Which way is it punched? That way. I must have left it too long and I've got a dried bit of glue stuck inside. Right, and I've got one more flower left. So let's use all of my glue up here. It is getting close to being empty, but pop that on, and I'll pop my flower here. Your next purchase. Ladybug, yeah. and ways to modify. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Lisa, with the if I did it as a class, it would be like, you know, different ways that you could use it, just so that you, like, it's great to be able to do one set and see the alternatives. Like, it doesn't just have to be used for that particular one, that, you know, that's not the only thing that it needs to be used for. So then when I was putting that together last night, I was like, oh my gosh, it needs some eyes. Oh, there's a leaf. Let's put that leaf on. So found some little baby pearls. They look so cute. Let's put that there. So let's just double check that when we close that, everything close enough. My ladybug is a little bit far over, but it's probably stuck there now, so it won't matter. All right, Lisa, I will price it up and get it. I'll pop it out there to see if anyone's interested. Okay, what was I just going to do? I've lost my train of thought. Oh, pearls. That's what I was getting. Pretty little pearls. These little tiny baby ones. Because I don't have googly eyes, I thought these would super cute and just add a little bit of something else. And then let's put some bigger ones on our flowers. I didn't do that last time, so I'll do that on that one as well. That's still a bit tacky, so I'll not play around with it too much. Maybe put some on here. Here. Now, ladies, these are very old pearls, so they used to come in this like chain, which they don't anymore, which is kind of annoying because it's really handy when you want to have a string of them like that on some flowers. That's probably a bit much, but now it's stuck. Oh no, there we go. It's probably a little bit OTT and it looks a bit odd. So I'm going to take one and pop it over here in the middle of a flower. And then some little ones. Alright, see what I mean? You could just kind of, if you fold to the, see? Look at that. Sandra, you're awesome. It will fit in there, no problem at all, if you go to the left. It's funny how your brain automatically goes that way, isn't it? And it actually sits a little bit better that way because it's in the middle. And its wings won't probably get as squished as much as what it would if you went the other way. Right, let me clean this up, ladies. Thank you very much for watching along. Cute animals every time. I know, you struggled with the hedgehogs one, eh, Tracy? Hopefully you like the cards that we're doing tomorrow night with the hedgehog. Okay, so those are our two cards. Well, that's the two cards. Similar but different. I actually started this one, and you might be able to see it, but I've got the same DSP underneath it. I don't know, can you see that? Not really. And but it kind of got lost against the it kind of got lost with the, so I just did a piece of plain, and that's where I got the sponging it. Alright, so I'll take some photos of that. Yeah, they do actually, don't they, Lisa? I forget about pearls. We put lots of glittery rhinestoney things, but I forget about the pearls, and that's actually going to help keep it closed. Alright, I think, I don't think I have written Angela down. Whoops. Okay, so let me flip you around. One of your favourite novelty cards, the card in a box. Is that, Sandra, your favourite? It's really quite effective And actually, like, the rectangular ones are quite cool too. I think you need to just use your cardstock a slightly different way, but you get the same effect. Yeah, it's a really cool card, and it's one that looks very technical, but actually is quite, the technique of putting it together is quite easy, quite straightforward. Not easy, straightforward. All right, let me flip you around. I have just got Andrea, Sandra, Alison, Glenna, Sally, and Angela. Thank you very much, ladies. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Please quickly let me know now if I have missed your name, because I thought I had got everybody, but I don't know if I have. Let me just open another tab and see if I can find the post. I'm pretty sure that was it. Did anyone watch? I put a link up with Sarah Douglas, who's our CEO, and they did some really awesome cards. Forget Glennis. Yeah, I think I've got everybody. Angela, Sandra, Lisa, Andrea. Yeah. Okay, ladies, if I've missed you, and I do apologise, and I will pop you in next week if you let me know that I've missed you out. So good luck, ladies. I don't want to hold you up much more. It's 8:10, so let's see who's going to win the prize this week. And the winner is Angela. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Angela, for entering the draw again and sharing your lovely cards. Appreciate all of you spending the time or taking the time to make the cards and then pop them up on my page. It is, yeah, it's awesome. Thank you very much. I love the sharing that you guys are doing. So, yeah, I'm going to let you go. Sorry, I've got notifications popping up all over the place. Have a lovely beginning of the week. Next, on Wednesday, we are doing kind of like a pop-up center card, but it's not a normal pop-up opening card, so looking forward to doing that with you. Have a safe week, look after yourselves, enjoy the days that you have and the people that you are with. All right, I look forward to seeing your cards. I'll pop the picture up very shortly, and don't forget, to save you scrolling through Facebook, if you want to go back and look at one of the videos, they are posted on YouTube within about half an hour of finishing this. Alrighty, take care, enjoy your week, bye.